minutes.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
Welcome to Magic Talk, the ultimate backstage pass to the world of magic. We dive deep into the art, the craft, and the business behind the illusion. If it's magic, we talk about it. Sometimes. And now, your hosts, master of misdirection and dad jokes, magician James Lantiegne, purveyor of magical oddities and unpaid family labor, magic shop owner Joshua Lantiegne, and straight from a suspiciously nearby park bench, the one, the only, Gregory Alexander.
All right, we are absent Gregory Alexander for the second week in a row.
Yeah.
We did have Doug, who I don't know.
Filled in for him.
Filled in? Okay, so he wasn't he wasn't a surrogate.
No, I think he was he filled in.
Okay.
But I don't know. I haven't he must be busy at work.
So we have a problem with
nearby
those,
park bench. What?
We have a problem with those mics being so dip the mic down a little bit.
This one or this one?
That one. And talk into it.
There you go. There. Is it better?
Yeah, that's much better.
I was going to say the suspiciously nearby park bench, I think, got moved. City ordinance things, we gotta work it out.
So we lost him because he's
not suspiciously nearby anymore.
Okay,
but,
so they moved his park bench.
I think
is
so.
What you're saying.
Yeah, city ordinance stuff, and we got to go and work it out with the city so that we can get the park bench back where it was.
Okay, well, we'll work on that. Anyway, wanted to talk a little bit about how magic has changed since when I started.
Since when you started?
Yeah, since when I started. Before we do that, though, I want to talk a little bit about maybe a new show format.
Okay.
One, I think we should bring the show down to maybe 30 minutes.
Are people complaining?
No, it's a long time for people. If people want to listen to it on a drive or anything like that, it can be a long time, and they might not be able to listen to the whole show because it's too long. Superman, and I think we ought to define our segments and have minutes on them and things of that nature so that we stick to an actual schedule.
We need a show clock.
Yes, we do. I can get that. And then we also should probably do hidden gems as part of a segment.
And explain.
So hidden gems would be something like a trick that we might have had for years. It's not really in the limelight. It's not something that it's not like a staple.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that was created, and at the time it was a really good effect, and now it's kind of gone to sleep. People might have forgotten about it. Yeah, people might have forgotten about it. So I think we should resurrect it if we have it in the shop. Let people know about it.
The forgotten treasures that we have.
Yes,
riddled all throughout our store.
Maybe that's what we call it. Forgotten treasures.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, that's a good name. Anyway, so I started. First of all, I realized something that I was mistaken about all these years.
What's that?
I actually started performing. I can fix it for you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Fine. Go ahead.
You want me to raise it up?
I just tilt it because I'm all sitting here hunched over trying to see. Oh, I think I know. Go ahead.
Okay. Maybe this should have been something we did before the show.
That would imply that we thought about it before the show.
That's true. Anyway, my mom sent me a newspaper article that was a show that I did in upstate New York when I was 14 years old. And in the article, I had a zigzag.
Wow.
So
I
had
owned stuff that you were doing professionally for.
I owned a zigzag illusion when I was 14 years old.
Wow.
Now I remember having that illusion built We hired a contractor. They built it. I remember having that done, but I thought I was like 16 or 17.
Oh, so you didn't realize you were that young.
I had no idea I was that young. And my mom told me that I started doing birthdays when I was 12. So I actually started performing when I was 12.
That's the story I tell people.
Okay, I
started when you were 9, and that was you just got your magic kit when you were 9, and then you started to professionally perform. You started to really try to perform when you were 12.
Except I thought in my mind I was 9 years old when I got into magic. I was 12 years old when I started to take lessons at a magic shop.
Okay.
And I was 14 or 15 when I actually started performing. And so my mom, who is 86 years old or 88 years old.
I'm supposed to say a woman's age. What are you talking about?
Well, okay. My point is that she's got a better memory than I do.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what that means? There's no health concerns that we got to be worried about.
No. So I didn't realize that I actually owned my first illusion when I was 14 years old. I performed it in upstate New York for a fundraising event.
Aren't you posh?
And I had an ad in the paper that was a birthday party magician, will travel. And I was 14 years old. I said in the ad, 14-year-old magician. Travel.
I just have to ask my mom first.
Yeah, I need permission from my mom. But it said in the ad, a 14-year-old magician, a birthday party magician, will travel. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
$10 to $25 a show.
Wow. That's like rolling in the dough back then, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No. Something. I mean,
it might have been
for a 12-year-old.
Oh yeah, for a 12-year-old.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I got $25.
You made the $25 too. I wonder how many shows you actually did. I know you did the one in upstate New York, but
from what I can gather, I was doing at least 1 or 2 shows a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Birthday parties.
See, it makes it so.
Mostly people I probably knew.
I gotta say, even still, I'm a little jealous of life back then. It was a lot simpler as far as the abilities to advertise.
Yeah,
you weren't having to go and work your tail off trying to do all these different angles and talk to all these different people over these several different platforms, and maybe you do, maybe you don't, and it's like you have to make sure you're actually talking to the people.
Great content every single day.
Yeah, you got to put in some hard work. And not to say that 12-year-old you weren't putting in some hard work, but
no, it
seemed a lot simpler. I put an ad.
It was the yellow pages. Yeah. It was the yellow pages for the phone book.
Yeah.
And it was a newspaper ad.
Yeah. And the newspaper ad had the phone number in it to begin with. So
and it might have been printed flyers that you sent around town. That was it.
It's a simpler time. They make it so much harder now.
It is.
You gotta go and you do what? You do a gig salad, or you do some of these other platforms, and then it's not a surefire hit. You get all these leads, and they promise all these things like you can make like money hand over fist doing this, and then you go and you do it. You're like,
So I've been updating my market. So
or bark. That's another one.
I got to stop the stupid so's. I've been working on my marketing training class that I have.
Sure.
And been working on the marketing deck and updating it, making it a little bit more relevant. And I actually saw a really cool quote, which makes total sense. You are no longer competing against a competitor. You're competing for attention.
Oh, so you're a bratty kid.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Because
I'm familiar with that one. At home, it's mom. Tony, give me a minute. Mom, daddy, daddy, Daddy. I'm like, what? And you don't want to get mad at him, but you're just like, what? Tell me right now.
Stop.
Okay, what does that mean?
Yeah, so you're starving for attention. That's who you're competing with. You're competing for attention. You're no longer competing, and it makes total sense.
Maybe we should take a playbook out of my son's
roster. So I'm gonna do a video.
That's
maybe I shouldn't say this on the air because somebody will steal it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you off air.
Okay,
but I have a really funny video. Let's just say it has to do with this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. It's a spin on that.
Okay,
I'll explain later.
It's like one of those things you had to watch in school. That was anti-drug or anti-drink.
It was a commercial that was like really popular in the 80s and maybe in the 90s, but definitely the 80s. They took an egg and they said, "This is your brain." And then they cracked it and put it in a frying pan and they said, "This is your brain on drugs." That was the commercial.
They don't make cool commercials like that
anymore. No, it was
all drug commercials.
It was short. It was sweet. It was very impactful. I mean, I still remember the commercial to this day.
Man.
Basically, I'm frying my brain in a frying pan.
Like I said, it was better back in the day.
It was simple.
It was much simpler. You could go and reach people when you wanted to. And it seemed like the conversion of your process was way simpler too.
Well, there you were actually competing with a competitor.
Yeah,
because they're calling every magician in the phone book, and hopefully you can sell them on why you're better.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's actually reaching a customer. Now you're reaching a computer, which is hard because there's no face-to-face.
You're trying to get attention.
Yeah, basically. Maybe
you're trying to stop the scroll.
Maybe we this would probably be really bad. You go and you have a client that you find it on Bark even, and it says Jeremy is looking for a magic show for this whatever the heck he's looking for, and here's his number. You say, okay, good. Hi, can I speak to Jeremy? Jeremy. 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 That is a voicemail. And he answers, "What? Leave me alone." Hi. Okay, good. Now that I have you,
I have the perfect example today. I looked at the call history. I had this one number that was calling me over and over and over and over. And I looked at the history of the phone calls and I'm like, oh my God, it's like 2 or 3 times a day, every single day. And so I finally got frustrated and I picked up the phone and he's like, "Hey, can I please speak with James?" And I said, "You know what? You are absolutely obnoxious with your call volume." And he's like, "Okay, what do you mean?" And I said, "You've been calling me for the last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 times a day, every single day. That is obnoxious." And he's like, "Well, you had inquired about life insurance."
Oh, God.
And so our policy is to try you a couple of times a day until you finally answer. I'm like, well,
so do you want to buy life insurance?
Yeah, I actually did the survey and I got connected with an agent.
Oh my God.
So it like totally worked. Jim. Oh my God. You're like vomit.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you about life insurance? Okay, what?
Can you shut up? Yeah, I just got a question. Can I talk to you about life insurance?
Exactly.
About this magic show you were looking about?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If it'll get you to shut up, yes. That's it.
It worked.
It would work, Steve.
It did work.
Exactly. If it'll get you to shut up, yes.
Oh my gosh.
So you just have to be the most annoying person in the room. That's the idea.
Yep.
All right. This is not an actual representation of what you should be doing. when in your efforts to market yourself as a performer. We do not recommend this whatsoever. This is all for satirical purposes.
There you go.
Funny story.
Public
service in that one. I know.
The thing that I really wanted to touch on was, so I started performing when I was 14. Well, 12.
Yeah, apparently.
And had my first illusion when I was 14. Had the masked magician reveal that illusion, which prevented me from ever performing it again.
What a jerk.
Yep. And then
ain't he selling cars now?
I have no idea.
Not even in the industry anymore.
I have no idea. Valentine. I don't know.
Valentino,
yeah. So the thing that I noticed about magic is when I started, magic was mostly, it was about parlor. And there were staples.
Yeah.
The stratosphere, the drawer box, the change bag, the square and circle.
Apparently the zigzag.
Well, zigzag's been around for a long time, but yeah.
Well, all those other ones were around for a long time too, but that was what they marketed with.
Zigzag, I think, was probably one of the first modernized illusions from back when.
I mean, you had other things, but like too, the rubberneck was one that I remember regularly. The sword, I think you had a sword box.
Yeah, that would be later. That would be a staple.
That was all kind of in the future, wasn't it?
Yes.
I
had handmade illusions when I was a kid.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Not pre-bought. So regardless, though, in the shop, there was all these parlor things. There were a bicycle rider back deck of playing cards.
Yeah.
There was tally ho, and there was aviators. That was in a magic shop.
Did they not have was that aristocrats at that point?
No. It was tally ho, aviators, and bicycle. So those are the decks you would find in a magic shop. Card tricks were not like out of control like they are today. A new card trick, it wasn't being invented every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was primarily parlor. That was the main focus. So if you walked into a magic shop, it was all about parlor effects. And pretty much in every magic shop, you would see hippity hop rabbits. You would see Fraidy Cat Rabbit. You would see a square and circle. You would see a stratosphere. Mac Magic was like the king of parlor, along with, I just lost the name. Darn it. There was Ickle Pickle was one. Mac Magic was one. There was another one that, oh my gosh, I apologize, but they've been around forever as well.
Are they still around?
Yeah. So that was what you had in your shop.
And so cards, yes, but I mean, did they go into anything close up like coins?
No, they had all right. So they had like the close up pad.
I'm sure Johnson was around at that.
Johnson was around at that time. Close up pads. My mentor was the one who created the close up pad.
Like the modern close up pad, or just close up pads, period?
Gibson close up pad.
That was it
was made out of wetsuit rubber with the felt top on it, and the glue would make you so incredibly high. You would not be allowed. You'd be thrown in jail if you had kids gluing those close-up pads like Gibby did back then.
So it was like the industrial stuff.
Oh,
maybe that's what's wrong with your memory.
That might be. That might be. We'd go home and it'd be like, "Hey, Ma, how you doing?"
So
this is your brain. This is your brain on glue. So, and the average magician performed magic tricks.
Okay,
that's what they did.
Period. They didn't do anything really.
Yeah, they performed magic
tricks.
Dress
it up at all, or well, I'm sure that the big characters dressed it up.
Yeah, David Copperfield was coming into existence back then.
Yeah, and others were. I mean, you saw
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy. There was also you said
Penn and Teller have been around forever.
Oh, no, I can't remember. You saw him for the first time.
Lance Burton?
No.
Rick Thomas?
No. I know you've met Rick Thomas. No, the first guy you saw, Invisible Dick.
Harry Blackstone Jr.
Harry Blackstone Jr.
Yeah, he was back
then. There was Harry Blackstone, and then there was Harry Blackstone Jr. And those weren't just those weren't just tricks, because they had whole.
Yeah, they were doing illusions, and yeah.
I'm sure there was a little more story involved with those.
But the average magician was doing a magic trick.
Yeah.
That's what they did. And then I would say in probably the late 80s, early 90s, I started storytelling with some of my tricks.
Okay.
Not all of them. But it still was, the average magician was still performing tricks. That's what they did. They were doing a card trick. They would do a coin trick. They would do a magic trick. Whatever it might be, they were doing a trick.
I think I know where the transition may have really started to kick off.
What do you
At
think?
least as far as there are actually two transitions, because you were talking about storytelling and you're talking about really putting something into the show and not just like, oh, hey, here's a card trick, or here's a magic trick that I'm doing.
Yeah, here's a change bag.
I believe the first example that I remember seeing, I did not see it. I saw it online and I explored it via research, but it was Matt Franco. When he was the one who did it on, I believe, AGT, and was the first ever to win AGT as a magician, like ever. And he's the one who did it with card tricks and the close-up stuff. And
but that wasn't necessarily storytelling.
He was more involved with his tricks, where it's not just here's a card trick or here's just a trick. He put more to it. Kind of. I don't think it was the same, but you know how Shin Lim did his, where it was all very story based, and he had a journey that he took you on with, kind of like that. That's actually the one that won Shin Lim AGT in the first place was a story about how he got into magic,
right?
Where he was a concert pianist, still can play the crap out of that piano. So I don't know what he's.
I remember that.
He's concert pianist, and then got carpal tunnel, and then started to do magic, and then he did.
So I think it
revolving around that.
I think it happened before them, because Copperfield used to do story-based magic.
Do you think he got the ball rolling in that regard?
I think he got the ball rolling because the old Copperfield, it was all about theater.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing theater and using magic to, basically represent his message.
Okay, so that was the medium that he used with it.
I think that's where a lot of that kind of started, was with him. But
I know Penn and Teller kind of had theirs was, they were engaging with the audience, but it was still kind of showing you tricks.
Yeah.
Even though they were very, what do you call that, geeked style tricks.
Right.
So they were more shock and awe and sideshowy types of stuff, but it was, or at least good magic, but it was kind of in that realm of it all. So not necessarily stories behind it, but demonstrations, I would say.
Yeah, and I think back then magic was more about trying to fool somebody.
Okay.
And now I think magic is more about the experience. So you hear that referenced a lot. It's about the experience. What did they experience?
Mm-hmm.
Not about the trick. It's about the experience. And I think more and more people today, especially when you get to the more professional level, are trying to create an experience.
I've noticed that actually a lot of things nowadays is that they're trying to go and drive an emotional response with the thing. They're not.
That's what connects.
A cool trick. This is like, I want you to feel something. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't think that has a place everywhere. with the performance. It's every once in a while. I'm sure that is very powerful, but trying to go and make everything an emotional experience, I think, is exhausting.
Yeah,
as a
anything can be done. Anything in excess is too much, you know. So just doing a whole show of card tricks could be too much.
Hey, I take offense to that.
I know. But I think, the some people will take the storytelling maybe a little too far, where it becomes everything. They want to try to create this emotional connection and this emotional connection and this and there are some stories that are only emotional to you.
Yeah.
And so it's a really delicate process to go through to make that actually work.
Yeah.
But not every story has to be an emotional connection. Stories can be funny. Stories can be engaging. Stories can be emotional. Stories can be, lies.
I think it's like you said. It's there's a balance. If you do anything in excess, it's bad. Usually.
Yeah. Yep. So
this doesn't count. This is keeping me alive. I'm doing this for my wife.
Just
in case she watches.
Okay. So I think I think with like everything else, like you said, it can be overdone, but I do think magic has taken on. I think magic in a lot of ways has taken on a more mature aspect of performing or entertainment.
I think people are taking it more seriously, at least.
A lot of people used to, back when I was growing up, magic was for kids. Magic was for kids. Magic was for kids. It wasn't really perceived as this adult thing unless you were at this really high level. It was more perceived for, it's a kid show. Kids will enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now I think it's very much viewed as adult entertainment. And it's not well,
there's things that,
especially when you use a stripper deck.
Yeah.
So
still love that story.
Yeah.
I don't think this is appropriate for my child. Why? Well, because it has strippers in it.
And he's 7 years old.
Because we're on the radio show.
There you go. Anyway, so
we did say we wanted to try to keep these ones to
we did
a better time frame, right?
Yes, we did, and we're actually approaching 30 minutes.
Okay, so you want to get onto the other
so
promotional stuff?
You can do your one thing real quick, but before you do that, and for those of you who are listening, that was liked, comment, and subscribe.
Actually, with the comment, you can leave us a comment as to what your favorite style of performance is, or watching magic and performing stuff, or what's your favorite style to perform with.
Yeah, or
that'd be nice to know. See
or if you understand what what you believe the transition, whether or not there was even a transition in magic or not.
Yeah.
So, all right, go for it.
Okay. Well, we haven't done the thing with it, but actually, I've got with me, I don't think we've talked about this one yet, but this is the BX Cherry from the Cherry Casino.
Okay.
This is the deck that they did a collaboration with that has the B design. You guys can see that. The B design right there. B deck, which is the borderless one. And then it's also the Cherry Casino deck,
okay.
Which one's that? That one right there?
Yep.
Okay, so that one, this the Cherry Casino deck, if everybody knows that it's got the two cherries top and bottom, and it's got the little swoosh going across the way. And this one, much like any B deck, it's got the picnic blanket design. It's the only way that I know how
borderless.
The borderless picnic blanket.
Yeah, there you go.
Everyone knows what that is. And I like the way this looks. It adds a little bit of extra. It doesn't take away from the borderless design, especially with the gambling aspect of it, but it does add a little bit more intrigue, I think. So when you're doing stuff, you're able to go and do all of the things that you would usually do with a borderless deck, and be able to shove what
standard.
Yes, actually,
standard design.
Yeah, all the faces are the standard bicycle faces. Okay. And the court cards and whatnot. I believe it's much like the other Cherry Casinos. There's nothing really super special about it as far as that's concerned, but it does add that little bit of extra flair with the back design. Yeah, a little bit of extra flair with that back design. So you've got it's not just looking at the standard B face. But again, like I said, it doesn't take away from the utility of the borderless B back.
I actually like B decks. We should get more.
Yeah. I know everyone knows or at least everyone who should know knows the utility behind the B deck is that you're able to facilitate different shuffles, false shuffles, regular shuffles, or other things with
like second deals are easier and stuff.
They're masked better. Second deals. You can do things like you can hide strike second deals better. It doesn't. You don't see the moving pattern, or you don't see the cards moving as much because it's hidden inside the crossed pattern.
And there's so much going on that back that
yeah. And since it's borderless, it almost just melds right into each other. And I've even done a sloppy second deal, and it worked out fine. So these are really good for things like that. And actually, for the longest time, did you know Richard Turner only used B decks?
No.
Yep. He had his specially made still, but he used B back decks.
Okay. And how much are these cards?
These ones are 18.
And what about
red and blue?
What about a standard set of Bs?
Standard set of Bs? Gosh, I think those ones are closer to
like a bicycle deck.
Yeah, like it's like $8 or even. It depends on what it is, but $10 maybe.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right. That is our show. And
so, like I said, if you want to go and give us your thoughts on the evolution of Magic, and if you have, it's gone so many different directions by now. So it's do you have a favorite direction that it went, or if you think it went too far in some areas? We'd like to see have other people go and jump in on the conversation.
There you go. Remember, at White Rabbit Magic,
we believe in.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.